Hello and welcome our blood viewers to RTD's News English edition. Here are the top and major headlines. Strengthening national child protection mechanisms, Ministry of Women and UNICEF. And on the international scene, the United States declares an end to the war in Gaza despite ongoing violations of the ceasefire. Welcome back to our newsroom, our blood viewers. The Ministry of National Education and Vocational Training, Mr. Mustafa Mohammed Mahmoud, presided over an event today to receive a donation of educational materials and school bags from the Serving Carbon Agency. The handover took place at the Research, Media and Production Center of the Ministry of National Education. The ceremony was attended by senior officials from the Ministry, the Research Center, and the Serving Carbon Agency, along with school heads Roda Mahmoud Isa, Director General of the Research, Media and Protection Center, delivered opening remarks commending the Ministry's efforts to strengthen the education process. Minister Mustafa Mohammed Mahmoud expressed a gratitude to the donor agency for this valuable support, noting that the books and supplies will help improve the quality and effectiveness of student learning. Mahmoud expressed gratitude to the donor agency for this valuable support, noting that the books and supplies will help improve the quality and effectiveness of student learning. Mrs. Koran, Projects and Public Relations Officer at the Serving Carbon Agency, said she was proud to present thousands of school bags, stationery, and instructional booklets to the Ministry of National Education and Vocational Training. She framed this initiative as aligned with the President's vision to promote youth and student literacy and with the agency's commitment to sustainable development, particularly Djibouti's environmental transition. She briefly highlighted the agency's various positive impact projects, including environmental protection programs carried out in collaboration with several ministries, notably the Ministry of Environment and Sustainable Development, and closed by emphasizing the close linkage between environmental conservation and education as pillars of sustainable development. The Minister Mustafa Mohammed Mahmoud praised the Serving Carbon Agency's contribution to education and thanked the agency for the donation, which he said will benefit school children. He emphasized the importance of the supplied booklets, describing them as tools to promote reading, strengthen national education, and help students form students capable of advancing the country's educational standards. The Ministry of Women and Family, under the patronage of the Minister, Mrs. Muna Usman Aden, convened a national workshop this morning to present the findings of the National Child Protection Platform. The session was attended by the Ministry's Director of Family Affairs, Fawzia Ali Usman, representatives of public institutions, technical and financial partners, including UNICEF and civil society actors. The workshop forms part of efforts to reinforce national child protection mechanisms. It reviewed progress made, identified challenges, and explored future prospects to ensure a safe and protective environment for all children in the country. Workshop findings highlighted the need to continue strengthening the legal and institutional framework for child protection to support the community-level protection. The workshop forms part of efforts to reinforce national child protection mechanisms. Workshop findings highlighted the need to continue strengthening the legal and institutional framework for child protection to support community-level protection mechanisms through training and frontline capacity building and to improve coordination among relevant sectors such as justice, health, education, social affairs, and security. In an opening address, Minister of Women and Family Mrs. Muna Usman praised the joint efforts of government agencies, community organizations, and international partners. She said the meeting sits within a strategic agenda preparing for the annual National Childhood Council session chaired by the Prime Minister, and that the national meeting will assess implemented policies, set future priorities, and ensure optimal coordination among partners. The Federal Republic of Somalia's Minister of Endowments and Islamic Affairs, Sheikh Mukhtar, concluded his official visit to the Republic of Djibouti yesterday. On the final stop of his visit, the minister and his high-level delegation toured the Wasatiyah and Culture of Peace Institute in the Balbala municipality, specifically the Hoden neighborhood. They received an official welcome from Djibouti's Ministry's Secretary General, Sahib Ajal, and the Institute Director, among other senior officials. The visit began with a presentation on the Institute's mission, achievements, and future outlook, highlighting its role in promoting peace, moderation, and social impact. Senior ministry officials and faculty from Al Azhar participated in the session. Conducted a field tour of the Institute's facilities, visiting the free remote Quran teaching studio for children and youth, an advanced platform combining interactive digital techniques with modern pedagogical and religious guidance to encourage a new generation to engage with and memorize the Quran. The studio also records awareness programs for distribution via social media. Delegates observed a training course for imams and scholars on information technology use, as well as the religious studies provided to imams in jurisprudence and hadith. The tour concluded with an inspection of the Institute's academic classrooms. In a wide-ranging discussion, both sides addressed shared priorities, including promoting moderation and balance, governance of endowment and zakat funds, and spreading a culture of peace. The Somali delegation praised Djibouti's hospitality and organizational arrangements and lauded Djibouti's role in managing religious institutions and developing legislative and administrative endowment expertise. Both parties committed to continued cooperation on training, outreach, and religious education programs to reinforce moderation and regional stability. The Central Purchasing Center for Medicines and Essential Medical Equipment launched a significant quarterly distribution of medicines, medical equipment, and supplies in the Arta region. Following successful deliveries in regions including Dakhil, Ali Sabih, Tajorra, and Obokh, the center's teams, led by Director General Dr. Hassan Abdurrahman Ilmi, continued logistics operation in Arta. Upon arrival at Arta Hospital, they were warmly received by Regional Governor Hassan Dabali Ahmed, Regional Council Representative Abu Bakr Umar Adan, the hospital's chief physician, and local teams responsible for receipt and distribution. The stop marked the start of a coordinated logistics tour to supply all health centers in the area, accompanied by regional authorities. Distribution teams delivered medical products to health facilities, including remote localities, ensuring timely deliveries through close national-local coordination. delivers the stop mark the start of a coordinated logistics tour to supply all health centers in the area. In his remarks, the Director General of the Central Purchasing Center stated that the project demonstrates the Ministry's health commitment to ensuring equitable access to medicines and medical equipment nationwide. He said the ARTA operation exemplifies the Ministry's pledge not to leave any area behind. Regional Governor Hassan Dabali Ahmed said that the arrival of the central team demonstrates a strong commitment to bringing services closer to citizens wherever they lived. He described the logistics operation as precise and professional, bolstering local health facilities capacity to meet basic needs. The Ministry of Health, in collaboration with Tajarrah Regional Hospital, organized an introductory workshop this week on the cervical cancer vaccine. The workshop is a decisive step in the fight against a major public health problem in Djibouti. Health specialists, local authorities, education officials, and medical experts discussed cervical cancer prevalence and underlined the urgency of action given the disease high mortality, especially among women who are not screened in time. Intensive training was provided to medical staff in preparation for the upcoming vaccination campaign, and community outreach activities stressed a comprehensive participatory approach. Local authorities, including Tajarrah Governor Muhammad Hamad Abbas and the Regional Education Director Ahmed Hamad Ibrahim, were commended for their role in mobilizing community support for the campaign. Dr. Dumbio said the workshop marks the start of a historic turning point in women's health in Djibouti by launching a high-impact vaccination policy. He added that the forthcoming campaign will not only test logistical and health system capacities, but above all demonstrate the state's commitment to protecting girls and women from preventable diseases. The governor stated that Djibouti intends to join the global movement to prevent cervical cancer in line with World Health Organization recommendations. The initiative received strong institutional backing from the Director General of Tajarrah Regional Hospital, Dr. Ibrahim Mohammed Dimbiu, whose active participation helped lay a solid foundation for the innovative approach. The Tajarrah region officially launched National Week of Sport and Health for All with a large popular march from the regional headquarters to the Corniche, where a program of sporting activities took place, including a swimming demonstration and signature discipline for the region. Over the week, organizers scheduled a variety of sports and cultural activities led by professional athletes, including school competitions, traditional games, and thematic workshops. The week will conclude with a second public march, followed by a general conference on sport and health, attended by civil, military, religious, and traditional authorities. A medical intervention program will be carried out in capital schools, and awareness sessions led by health specialists will focus on the relationship between sport and health, physical activity for well-being, targeting teachers and students across middle and high school in Tajarrah. In Ali Sabih, the National Week of Physical Activities for Mental and Physical Health took place from Sunday, October 19 to Thursday, October 2023. The opening ceremony was held at Al-Rahma Preparatory School with the Regional Director, Educational Advisors, school principals, and parents in attendance. After the opening, regional inspectors conducted supervisory visits to the bilingual school and Ali Sabih primary schools 2 and 3. The week, organized jointly by the Ministry of Health and MENFOP, included team sports such as football and handball, walking, athletics, and other activities. Awareness workshops covered the benefits of regular exercise and the harms of drugs, as well as healthy lifestyle guidance and demonstrations of hand washing with soap. Medical teams from Dr. Ahmed Absi and Rasmi Regional Hospital, led by their director, visited schools to engage students access primary, middle, and secondary levels. Regional authorities, including Governor Abdul Malik Mohammed Bonwita and Regional Council Chair Sharmake Hassan Alali, attended the closing ceremony and urged youth to take part in sports and avoid drug use. Participants underwent medical screenings for blood pressure, hemoglobin, diabetes, and anemia. The regional director thanked school principals and physical education teachers for the week's activities and praised regional health staff for their demonstrations and guidance to students. The African Union Commission has signed a strategic memorandum of understanding with the African Youth Union aimed at strengthening youth participation in sustainable development and decision making across the continent. The signing ceremony was attended by African Union Commission Chairperson Musa Faki Mohammed's representative, reported in conductor as Mahmoud Ali Yusuf, and leaders of the Youth Union alongside African youth delegates. Officials said the initiative will focus on vocational training, innovation, social entrepreneurship, and increased political participation for youth. As Mahmoud Ali Yusuf and the leaders of the Youth Union alongside the African youth delegates were present, positioning young Africans at the center of the African Union's 2063 agenda as drivers of innovation and change. And for the international scene, Sharjah is hosting the largest investment forum in history this week, with participation from more than 10,000 delegates from 142 countries held at the Jawahir Event Center. The forum centers on aligning global investment strategies and sustainable development goals, and on closing global financing gaps estimated at over 4.2 trillion US dollars needed to achieve these goals by 2030. The United States today declared an end to the war in the Gaza Strip and called on the Israeli government to fully respect the ceasefire and prisoner exchange agreement that took effect 2 weeks ago. The US president said the situation in Gaza requires full commitment from all parties to preserve regional stability. Well, by this, our blood viewers, we finally conclude this edition. Thank you for being with us, and make sure to tune in later for more as usual. Have a wonderful evening and take care. Thank you.